Drew here from Native Strength, vlog time. The topic today is, are carbohydrates bad? It's a big topic, gets a lot of people talking. Lots of people think that carbs are the devil's food. And I'm just here to tell you the sort of basic facts and to generally tell you that for the average person, for living a healthy life, for enjoying different things, then they're absolutely not. It's just all about where you look at the sources that you're getting from and how much you're having. Okay, so let's get into it. First thing, what we want to do is focus on getting your carbohydrates. Like any other part of your diet, you want to make sure that your carbohydrates are nutrient dense. So that would be getting them from vegetables, from fruit, from things like potatoes, from rice, making sure they're nutrient dense sources. Okay, the other aspect we've got as well of carbohydrates is things like wheat-based ones, so you've got your pasta and your bread, and that's where people have that sort of divided opinion. Personally, I think that people are best staying away from those sort of foods as much as possible. It's not about never having those, it's just about limiting the amount and really focusing on those other sources that I just mentioned. And the reason is because that can cause a lot of inflammation in the gut, and around 80% of the population will have what's called an inflammation in the gut, which will meet, like if you ever felt like you're lethargic straight after a meal, or you've got that gas and that bloating, and it also makes you, can lead to weight gain as well. So generally I'd say stay away from those as much as possible and try and limit that, and then focus on those good quality nutrient dense sources. And then of course you've got other things like sweets, crisps, chocolate, all those really refined carbohydrates. You want to try and limit the amount that you have of those as well. And so again, just focus on those nutrient dense carbohydrates. Second thing is, every single person, depending on their age, their activity levels, will need certain levels of carbohydrates more or less than others. So what you want to do is make sure that you're getting enough protein and fats, and I think that's where most people go wrong, is that they're not putting enough protein on their plate, of good quality protein, and enough fats as well, and just generally getting enough veg and an all-rounded, well-balanced meal. Okay, so for instance, that would be a nice meal would be a really nice stir-fry with loads of veg, some chicken, a nice healthy sauce on there as well, and a little bit of rice on the side. That would be a nice balanced meal, rather than over half the plate being rice and then hardly having any veg and a really sugary sauce. Okay, that would be what I'd call more of an unbalanced meal with more carbohydrate dense food. And so what you want to do is just focus on getting that plate nice and full of veg, and just generally just monitoring the amount of carbohydrates that you have, especially if you're not working out as much, you're not as active, then you're going to not need as much of that sort of what you call that instant fuel, which is what carbohydrates generally are. Okay guys, they're absolutely not the devil's food. You want to make sure that you get them from nutrient dense sources, you're not having too much, and you're putting enough of the other goodness on your plate. Okay, always aim for a nice colourful plate with loads of veg, a bit of good protein as well, and you can't go too far wrong. Alright, catch you soon guys, peace.